Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. What's going on? How y'all doing, huh? Just getting started here. Just getting ready. I am about to turn on my camera. Not for long, because it's cold, and I am way too bundled up to put myself through the ridicule of looking like this, like an Eskimo. So what we're going to do instead, we're just going to get right into this update. This update is for Lightroom. This is the October. Coincides with the Adobe Max event, and this is where they usually update a lot of stuff. And this is cool because I use a lot of Adobe software. I am a creative director by trade, but I do a lot of photography and motion graphics and a bunch of fun stuff. So this is like, it's like creative Christmas is kind of what we're looking at here. Let's go through the list real quick. Let's go see if we can find what's new in Lightroom Classic. And then let's just see if... Alright, is this... Yes, it is. This is from yesterday. So let's just go through this list and we'll see if it's true or not. Seamlessly remove unwanted spots in an image. Create blemish-free images and just a click achieve ultimate edit control using the Content-Aware Removal tool to remove tough spots, distractions, and other unwanted elements. In this case, they literally just deleted 2 people. So that seems harsh, but you know, let's face it, that's just the way it works. Sometimes you got to remove people. Automatically select people, objects, and backgrounds in an image. Now you can automatically select people, objects, and backgrounds in your image to make adjustments to the selection, define areas, and enhance editing to bring out exactly what you desire. Find these advanced tools and more in the new masking panel. Support for cameras and other enhancements. So let's just go see what the other enhancements are real quick here. Make crisp adjustments using adaptive portraits. Using adaptive portraits in Light. AI-powered adaptive portraits help you enhance your photos with just a click. Huh. Data important. Easily swap between left and right panels. Okay. Alright, let's try this. Let's just see what happens. I'm going to pull this over. And let's just go through each one of these. I got some pictures here. Let's start. We shot a wedding a while ago. Let's just go see if we have a photo. Oh, okay. So these weddings are always hard for me anyway, because I'm not a 24/7 weekend warrior wedding photographer. I am a friends and family wedding photographer. So don't judge me too harshly for these photos. But let's find one here with 2 guys in it. What can the AI do for us? Now, the interesting thing about this is this photo should be either a great use case or a terrible use case for the new AI. And here's the reason. 1, as humans, we can easily see the profile of our subject here. In fact, we could probably cut this out in about maybe 3 minutes using the pen tool in Adobe Photoshop, so that wouldn't be a big deal. But look at this. Right off the bat, you can tell this is the first time I'm trying it. We're getting the little tool here. This is awesome. Look at that. To select skin. This is going to be big. If this works, this is going to be big. Real big. Look at that. It knows the... What the fuck? We didn't even fucking... I haven't even clicked. All I've done is roll over something. Look at this. Look at this. That's crazy. let me delete this. I am. Some of this stuff is really scary. This is scary, man. Look at that. We can select the entire person. All right, so the face and skin isn't necessary. That's a little frightening. Body skin. Oh, okay. I see what's going on here. Oh, well. I mean, honestly, when you say face skin, I would love it to, you know, do this kind of thing. But I guess profiles are kind of, maybe right now we're sort of in like, I just happen to pick a profile, you know what I mean? So like a profile might be at a complete disadvantage. We'll say entire person, create the mask, and then we'll go ahead and do, we'll invert that mask, and then we'll take the exposure down a little bit just to kind of see where the edges are. And those are pretty clean. Those are remarkably clean. I mean, we have a little bit of something going on here. Oops. At the tip of the nose. But this this refined edge, this is pretty typical of all of Adobe's. This is impressive right here because this highlight was almost the same sort of tonality as the lockers in the back room. This is frighteningly good. This is obviously a little not so good. So can we just go here? Oopsie. I guess that is a I mean, I guess as long as you didn't mind, you know, cleaning up things a little bit, not that big of a deal. You know what I mean? But you can also see just how much cleaner my hand crafted mask is than this one here. Like if I go down here and I just go like this, in some ways I wonder if they have to stipple it. See how much like just cleaner that is than this. Now look, well, I'm not taking away from what they're doing at all. This is the coolest feature. This is going to change editing for me right off the bat, massively. I almost have chills. This is so crazy. It literally is really, really almost spooky. But I wonder if there's like, you know, what the engineering limitations are that sort of stop them from taking sort of like, you know, you can detect hair, because I think this feathery sort of technique, this dithered technique is great for hair. But in other places like here, obviously my smooth hand curated mask yields a better result. So I wonder if there's like algorithms that stop it from doing that versus that. I know it's some sort of spillover type of stuff, but yeah, I'm not an engineer. I don't talk to Adobe. I have no idea why they do or don't do things. Interesting. Okay. Well, let's go back here. We will once I've done this, can I invert it from here? Okay. What I wouldn't give for them just to give me a little bit of blur control in this program. You'd see just kind of how nice that is, though, to be able to kind of go in there. Well, since we're here, let's go ahead and mess around some more. We'll do subject select again. Oh, no, let's delete that. Select people. Okay, we'll go back to person. This guy again. Let's try skin, body skin. Just give me everything except for hair. Create the mask. And then we'll hit 0 to turn that off. Now can I adjust? Yeah, we can do a lot of... His skin tones are already like, you know, they are what they are for this photo, so that's not that big of a deal. interesting. Can I do? Oh, you can't. Well, I guess we got this. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty astonishing. Pretty astonishing. Let's go try a harder one here. There's one of these guys again, sort of all sitting together. Let's see what it does with this. Again, this is like really harsh lighting. Really harsh lighting. Big shadows. Man, my God. Look at this. Dude, like, you have no idea. Check this out. Okay. It's not that these just look similar, right? It's the same material. It's the exact same suit. It just happens to be on two different people. The AI knows where one suit ends and the next suit begins. You think that would have happened in the last generation? Because I can tell you right now that it would not happen in the last generation. Just absolutely outstanding. This is massive. This is a small channel. Nobody's gonna watch this video, but I suspect that when the other big outlets really sort of grab this, like the f-stoppers and the people who support them, just astonishing. Just astonishing. You know, you know what I like about this too? People always sort of they belittle. There we go, we're back. They belittle AI all the time because I think people think, and maybe rightly so, I don't know, I'm not gonna be a huge advocate. I am 100% agnostic when it comes to like whether or not something is worth it or not, right? But I will say this, a lot of people dump all over AI because, you know, they're like, oh, you know, it puts artificial skill into people's hands. That's what people are always kind of bummed out about. It's like the artificial talent. And people are worried that AI gives people who don't have the talent the ability to act like they do. Now, for something like this, where you're cutting things out and you are masking and etc., this isn't a talent gap. This is a time gap. Anybody can do clipping paths. Anybody can cut somebody out in Photoshop. It literally is just a time commitment. It has nothing to do with how much school or how many years of expertise that you've got in the field. No, that's real. Oh, wait a second. Look at that. We got a little bit of bleed here. I wonder why it did that, though. It's so smart about everything else. It looks like it only did it... Oh, it did it all through here. Look at that. But I think things like this is exactly what AI is good for. And by the way, when I say like one generation ago, we're talking 1 year. You know, software generation is now an annual thing as opposed to like what it used to be like 2 to 3 years. So to see AI just basically leapfrog itself in such a crazy way like this, astonishing, man. Hello? All right. Same thing as before. Let's just see what happens here. Yeah, I mean, the mask is not as clean, but I'm also using this in what I would call the most dire and extreme possible ways. You can still see that, like, my little hand mask, even though it wasn't clean at all, still is cleaner than kind of what they do. But you never, if you're doing this in Lightroom, like you're basically trying to make the guy pop out 4 stops from the background, you're using Lightroom incorrectly. That's definitely a Photoshop thing. But when you go down, like, say, you know, -1 stop, because you just really want to give him just the ever so slightest bump away from the background, you know, then it's actually it's doing an amazing job. Wow, absolutely insane. All right, do I see a pair of hands here? What can we do with this? Does it see anything? All right. Oh, well. Yeah. It doesn't see a person, so it's like, okay, well, I think these are legs. These are hands. These chunky stalks are probably legs. And that's actually nice because like that is like a real use case, because this guy's holding sort of like the wedding rings. You know, I might, like, these sort of cases go like that a little bit. Have to go through and maybe clean up the edges, but other than that, that's I mean, it's cool. It literally is cool. Let's delete that. Objects. New objects mode. What do we got here? Rectangle select. All right, let's try that. What if I go like this? What does it do? Pretty interesting. Let's undo that. My guess is we would do, let's try that again. Objects. This is kind of reminds me a little bit of sort of the Roto Bezier type of thing. So I could probably go like this, that. And now I'm basically saying, hey, I want this. Make it cool. And fucking bam. Fucking bam. And it did what it's supposed to do, which is leave this stuff out. But, you know, we would have to go add that in, I guess. Not going to panic too much about it, though. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And in fact, in this case, the selection worked great because it's sort of like, you know, if his hands were glowing, these edges would, in fact, do what they're doing there. They are reflecting. So I don't know if that's intentional or just a happy byproduct. I don't know, but it's awesome. Let's go ahead and delete that. What else do we got here? Okay. So let's go ahead. We'll create a virtual copy of this one. Boink. We got 2 people in here. Let's go ahead and do a select. Subject. Or did I mess it up? I'm already messing things up. Yeah, I want the delete that. I want this. There we go. It's interesting that, like, look at the edges real quick. So let's zoom in 100. Can we zoom in to fit? Boink. If we do this, watch the edges. All right, super clean, like immaculate. Even the hair, super clean. Now, and not only that, check this shit out. It knows this is her effing hand, bro. Look. It knows this is her hand. How crazy is that? Now, the weird thing is, okay, look, super clean edges on her, super clean edges. But if you say all people, you get kind of weird edges. Look, watch here and watch in between. See the weird spill? And what happens if I click that? Does it think? Maybe it's... That's just strange. Let's just go ahead and cancel that. So let's get person 1 here. Give me the entire person, please. So I don't know why the algorithm seems to treat 2 people differently than 1 person. I don't know. It just does a thing. And that's the thing that it does. All right, let's boost the high up and then hit 0 or O. Hit O as in element O, P, to turn off your mask. You can look or not look by hitting O. As in, oh my God. Oh, that's, or as, oh no. See, this is nice because, why does it keep doing that? Turn off the overlay. Thank you. There's a lot of shadows here that don't exist on her because her skin is so much more fair. And not only that, but she's also sitting next to the girl with the bright dress. So we can just bring those highlights up a little bit. And we were able just to select the mask and you're done, man. See how big of a difference that is, just like messing with the highlights? Oh man, I may have to like, give him these photos all over again with fresh edits. Oopsie. Oh well, whatever. So here's a really cool photo. So this one here, I took this portrait of her. I put a light behind her, the wall, and then I went through and I cleaned up the wall itself because the wall was almost there. But I think if we go back here, you can see this isn't. Is this the one? Yeah, you can see there's kind of a little bit of wainscoting or whatever you want to call that, and then the floor. So in Photoshop, I hand cut all this stuff out and just cleaned it up a little bit. So now the question is, what can we do? Can we do the following? Let's say objects. Give me this tool. Hello? Oh, that tool is already selected. So let's just grab her, that. See what that gives us. No objects detected. Okay. Detects the person, gives us a little bit of that count, but that's not a big deal. Let's try objects again. Because, I mean, a bouquet of flowers is kind of a weird thing. Okay. It got what I asked for, but it needs more. Create new mask. More objects, please. The way these tools work is it's like you can't... What they need, and I'm sure this will be like in the next version, they need sort of a refine. Just out of curiosity. Oh, shoot. Oh, gosh darn it. Delete that. I guess what I wanted to do was add. Let's try it this way. I meant to add it to the previous thing. All right, let's try it again here, people. Yes, well, see, what I would love to be able to do now is to like say, yeah, but I want that. But instead I have to click on add objects and then try once again to convince it. Yeah, no, I totally see that. I've colored it in this white thing here. I really want that. All this, just give it to me. Come on. Yeah, and so, you know, what can you say? Bouquet. I think with some tenacity, you could totally get this. And then, you know, you can do whatever it is you're trying to do. Like, obviously, we're not getting We're not getting the whole thing, so nah, 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 nah. But it's such a massive leap over where we were that I don't think you can, in good faith, say that this is failing. I think what you would say is it is succeeding, and it is in the process of succeeding, right? It's like 90% there. And I also think in one generation, it'll do exactly what you want in far fewer clicks. But as it stands now, obviously we can keep adding more and more objects. Like here, let's try to just really focus on this green leaf and this one here. Just see if we can really force that to just give it to us. In there. So the fact is, if we just keep up with our tenacity, we will continually be able to select all of the objects. So the functionality is there, a couple extra steps, but we won't, we're not going to discount it from that. All right. And I actually feel like these are the hard use cases here. Trying to see. All right, let's see here. Objects. This could be interesting. We have this cross that the groom's mother built by hand. Let's see what happens. Spot on. Spot on. Look at that. And then you could even... Everything else is... I mean, it almost looks photoshopped at this point. It's like so even. What you would normally do is that you would then go brush, go big, heavy feather, and then just remove a little bit of that brightness at the ground level so that way you kind of have that contact. All right, let's try another one here. Create new mask, objects. Let's see. This could be crazy. This will either work or it won't. Stay tuned. Oh, it's getting laggy. Look at it. It's like dit, 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 dit. I don't know if it's thinking while I'm doing this, but all right, let's try that. Detecting. Hey! You know, I don't know why I didn't grab this, but it grabbed all the stuff that I thought it wouldn't. I bet you with one more. We'll just go like this. Give me that. Give me this. All of this. Why would I not want that? Give me that. Give me all of this up here. Give it to me. Don't be so damn stingy. All right, let's try it. Yeah, you know, at this point, I think what I would do is... it's not bad. It's honestly not bad. Let's just do some quick tests here with how good / bad it might really be. So let's get rid of that stuff that we don't want. And then we'll add with a brush and we'll just come in and go bleep, 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 bleep. Like in this case, it's just faster for me to go bloop, 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 bloop. Probably an auto masking feature. All right. So then if I wanted to like kind of brighten this guy up, you know, brighten it up and bring the highlights down so it's brighter. I mean, come on, man. This is not a sponsored stream, by the way. This is genuine, this is, I don't know, excitement, but kind of surprise. This is such a big step over what Lightroom has had and even Photoshop. All right, here we go. Here's a blurred person. All right, so in this case, there is a person right behind the other person. And you can see here, his arm is coming through. So that's, you know, considering that it was able to distinguish between two people wearing the same suit overlapping, but this one here seems to be in trouble, you know. Let's just go ahead and click that real quick and just see what we get. It knows the face, knows the body, eyebrows, lips, hair. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Create mask. And then pop it out. Pop it out. And, you know, we're cleaning it up. Not that big of a deal. Like I said, such a huge... You know, it does a really good job on the hair. Like, if you crank this all the way up, you'll always see the harsh edge. But you got to get there. Now, I wonder if there's... Is there a refined edge to any of this stuff? No, but whatever. You know, that's not exactly what I would call a good photo. It's kind of a blurry motion out of focus. So it did pretty good. Did pretty good. What else do we got hiding around here? Let's scroll the boat. All right. Let's see what we get here. Detect the people for me, please. Now, here's what I would normally do. I would normally, to be honest with you, I wouldn't even use... Like, let's say I wanted to darken the background. In this case, with all of this green, just take the luminosity slider and, you know, do something a little bit like that. And then they just sort of pop out a little bit. Really fast edits. Alexa, stop timer. It doesn't matter. Anyway, don't worry about that. Don't even worry your little head. Alexa, stop alarm. I can't tell if she can hear me. Oh my God. Alexa, cancel alarm. What the hell? Alexa, cancel alarm. Oh my God. Alexa, stop. Here we go. We did it. We did it. Just getting like attacked by my virtual assistants, viciously attacked. Okay, so we've selected the background, or have we? Dun dun dun. Well, we've selected some of the hair. We've selected like very lightly some of the jacket. Missed some of the stuff in between. But again, I think you could call this a success. Let's just go ahead and zoom out. You can always tell if it's good or bad if, and by the way, these are real world. This is like real world use. Have you ever noticed that like when Adobe's like, you can cut your subjects out, and then they show like, you know, this beautiful girl wearing like a bright blue jumper against a bright orange background. And they just, it's like, it works perfectly. It's like, yeah, no shit, buddy. It's like, you couldn't have more contrast, you know, from your subject to your background. And the background is always just like a flat color. Or it's a brick wall, but it's painted so evenly. You're like, uh-huh, I see what you're doing there. This is real world. This is like a couple getting married out at a golf course. There's a buggy driving into his hindquarters. Turn off the overlay. And other than a couple of the missteps here with the hair, I mean, again, you drag it all the way down, you can see you know, I mean, doesn't this look like one of those really horribly edited? This is not the best wedding photo, but the edit really makes it really makes it great. Woo! I know. What a weird checkbox. It's like dismiss and I know. It just sounds so passive aggressive. Hey, your update's finished. I know. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, you know, I think again this mask for the small edits like I'm doing right now, which by the way, negative, if you know, 0.5, bumping that up by like 20. These are all like within the realm of like, yeah, that makes sense. Now, did I see something? I thought I saw something about removing distracting objects. Seamlessly remove unwanted objects. Click and drag the brush over areas you want to heal using the Content Aware tool. Oh, we'll see about that. Clone, heal, Content Aware removal. All right. All right, people. Time for a tractor-ectomy. Seamless. Oh, Lightroom, what have you done? What have you done? I mean, in a world full of grass, Lightroom's algorithm was like, all right, here's what we're going to do. Give me some of that tree and those bouquets, that bouquet flower stat. We'll make this work. Oh my god. And it's horrible. It's not getting any better either. I mean, to be honest with you, normally this is where I would go into Photoshop. But you can also kind of do the following. Alright, where did it just steal from? This is part of it. It just has no idea what's going on. Oh my god! 0% on the feathometer, bro. Yeah, I mean this is a job. These have been and apparently will continue to be like the absolute worst case scenarios for but for the record, I did go through and remove let's delete this. I did go through and remove that from some other photos. Let's see here. What else do we got? What else do we got? Oh, okay, here we go. Remove unwanted people. So let's use one of these frames. Here we go. Look, it's not that we don't like you. You seem like a very, very nice man. But all good things come to an end. Come on, this is the example they showed on the actual. Your nightmares realized. I mean, you know, the point of Content Aware should be, hey, this guy's selecting a person with a suit. Let's get rid of things that look like people in suits. And instead it's like, or maybe he just wants a creepier person wearing a suit. My God. That is a true fucking nightmare. I mean, that is horrible. Yikes. I don't know what to tell you. Let's try that one more time. Let's try one more time, just in case. You never know. For as good as the masking is, the content aware, and if you've used Photoshop, you know this, content aware, to say that it is hit or miss, it's an extremely polite way of saying just how bad content aware can be. All right, this is your second chance. Same result. All right, well, I mean, it didn't even fucking remove the feet at all. Control drag. All right, let's try that. No. Oh, is it this? All right, let's try that. Maybe that'll work. Hey, all right. All right. I mean, there's some issues. But, I mean, we've seen worse. Oh. So what they're having you do is basically having you select the source, which is something Photoshop does. Now, seamless? No. Great result? Not really. But, what is it? I mean, and I'm talking like, you know, game of inches here. It is a starting point. And this is great too because the lens hood was crooked. Look at that. That actually worked really good. I had to take that into Photoshop to do that earlier. What about now? Now can I go and kind of clean up? Whoops. Don't you fuck. No! Why would you do that to me? Undo that. How close can I get to, look at this, very. It's just, there are times where it just gets so confused, you know what I mean? I think what you do now is that you go into Photoshop or crop the shit out of it. I mean, the funny thing is, like, honestly, like, I would clean that up in Photoshop, or better yet, just do this. Come over here, stop using that, start using this. Can I do that? Oh my god. Blasphemous turd. It would be great if it, oh my god. It just keeps picking the strangest parts. Yeah, well. I would go into Photoshop, I think, at this point to finish this mess. Let's go. Let's reset this photo, shall we? Fantastic. Fantastic. You're the best. No, you're the best. I said you're the best. Now calm down. Make crisp adjustments using adaptive portraits. Oh, okay. I gotcha. Well, let's go see. What we'll do is we'll go here. We will go create a virtual copy. 0 star that. Come over to adaptive portrait. It's detecting the people. You can barely tell what it's doing, but it's doing something. Gritty. Oh yeah, well, I mean, some of this is like, yeah, it's doing some stuff. It's doing some stuff. you know, I don't use the adaptive, what do you call it, the presets all that often. I use a lot of presets, I just don't use the adaptive stuff. Blue drama, let's see. No, that, I mean, wow, holy fuck. It just almost doesn't even look real. Adaptive subject. Pop! I mean, you know, I'm not gonna lie. Some of these are really kind of useful now. Okay, look how cool that looks. All right, so also, I should just talk really quick since we're here. We do have, super excited, we do have our new preset pack. And our preset pack is what we were just scrolling through here. We have our new 30 new presets. And if we just scroll through them here, we've got Within the Forest, Warm Welcome, Voyeur, Uneasy, Twilight Boost, Tunnel Vision, Stone and Sky, Sky Blue Pink. It just goes on and on and on. And I've done all of these. These are things I use all of the time for like soft gradients. You can just jam it. You can just hit it with crisp black and white. Makes it just explode off of the screen. Plus, that you don't have to use that, like this purple candy one here, just kind of gives it almost like this unworldly, just beautiful, warm. It has that evening look to it, which I absolutely love. Here's a photo that we took of a building. It's in downtown Canton, Ohio, by the way, if you're interested in knowing where these are. And this is fun. Like, I love building, and you can do a lot of really cool things. Like, so anyway, I have this one here called Mossy Rocks. And if you have an outdoor scene that has a lot of green in it, and we'll show you in a second, you can use Mossy Rocks to sort of make that green pop. But you can also use it on the exact opposite. There's no green in this photo at all, and it just brings a lot of blues into everything. And of course, when you have a lot of oranges and you bring in blue, they are complementary colors, so they just sort of like, you know, knock off of each other. Here's Neon Leaf. This one brings a lot of green into it. October Thicket. This is another great one if you've got like an October scene. But again, these are just such cool photos to use even outside. This is one of my favorite, Dirty Windows. It ends up having sort of a bleached bypass. But what happened was is that I was going through all these photos looking through Dirty Windows, and they all had this bluish haze to them. Recreated that so you can now use it in your photo. Retro Fiasco. This is just going to bring a nice retro sort of washed out color to your photos. Sky Blue Pink. This is a little extreme for this. As you can see, it really kind of hits that sky. This is one of my favorites too, Stone and Sky. This is meant for photos that have some sort of brick, masonry, stonework, or even just rock faces and sky in them. It'll always make those things pop. Here's a great photo specifically for Stone and Sky. You can just see, even there's no sky, we still get this great streak of light. You get a lot of contrast out of it. The Twilight Boost is I was about to say kick-ass, and it is kick-ass. The Tunnel Vision is great. Voyeur, I mean, these are just all... I use these all the time. And then, not only do I use them all the time, I've used them so often that finally I was like, what if I just turn them into presets? So that's exactly what I did. I went through and I just turned these guys into presets. Here's one that I use a lot. So this one's called Crisp. We just got done talking about that, but look at that. It just brings out the contrast. One click. And the thing about presets are, I don't want to sell you a set of presets because I don't want you to use anybody's presets, including mine, as sort of you click once and then you forget about it. I think presets allow you to be creative faster. They're starting points, and if you're lucky, they're also ending points. You can just click it, it's what you want, and then you can move on. But for a tool like this, you might come into, like, let's say we really want to even things out. Well, it just so happens I have one here called Even Out, and if we reset this, you can see it has a lot of contrast, but if we use Even Out, it brings all that contrast in line, and now we have a really cool starting point to maybe even push things a little bit further. Almost get into that HDR look, but all that detail is there, and we just use the preset as a starting point. But at the same time, maybe you wanted to have that really beautiful, like those evenings where the sky is turning pink and it's just putting that pink purple cast on everything. Well, you use Last Rays and you get that. It's right there. Awesome. Just awesome. Here we have the beautiful assistant Grace, my girlfriend's daughter, helping us out here. Well, purple candy. Look at, oh my God, look how cool that looks. It just brings in such great texture. The skin tone still looks cool and it's retro. Like, you can see all the shadows are sort of picking up this beautiful magenta color, but the sky is keeping that beautiful cinematic cyan color. So if we go between the before and the after, I just love these things, man. And I use them all the time. I'm so excited. I'm so excited that I have a chance to sort of share these. Here's another really cool one. Again, when you talk about mossy rocks, I think it has just such a great contrast. And it gives you this, like, the sky has basically a gradient of light blue to a darker blue. But with mossy rocks, you actually get from purple to blue. And I think that's a really cool way to start. Neon Leaf is a really awesome, in this case, what I meant to have it be is to like make your leaf photos pops. Here, it gives you that really cool sort of expired film look to it. Here's one that we crafted. This is Voyeur. Look at that. It's a little bit like purple, but it just brings out a lot more skin tones and things like that. Here is our tunnel vision one. See where we started and where we end up. This one is meant to just, it's got a little bit of a haze feature on it, so it just brings in sort of these highlights. So if you look carefully, you can see we're using the clarity and the dehaze and the texture in such a really cool way. If you take clarity all the way down, it obliterates detail. But I've tried to create these so that way it enhances detail, but also I like things to be really evocative. So we've worked on that. And then really quick, let's go to some of our outdoorsy photos. Well, let's go to this one here real quick. This is a really cool sort of falcon that was hanging out on the ground here. Now if we use that green leaf here, it's going to really nuke this, I bet. This is... Look how, that looks so retro cool. There's that October thicket. Does exactly what I said it would do. Brings in all those oranges. Yeah, there's that neon green leaf. There's that mossy rock. I haven't even tested these on that, and they just look awesome. Look at that. Ah, so cool. Now let's go do what I intended to do here. Calm down. Is this it? This is it. Is this it? This is it. This is it. Okay, green leaf. Here we go. If I hit this with neon leaf, boom. Boom, look at that. Just awesome. And all the presets just work so seamlessly through everything. They're meant to be worked with raw files. There's 30 of them. And here's the big bonus. Okay, you see these mossy rocks? Watch this. Watch this. That's a dark photo. So what we'll do is bring that up a little bit. Take these highlights down a little bit like that. Come over here. Let's go grab our saturation. Go like that. Go to our hue. Drag it like that. And that's what, when I say things should be like starting points, look at, I mean like, in just a few clicks. I think the last thing I would do in this case is just bring in a little bit of post-crop vignetting. And then there's another one in here. Here it is. So this one here has the mossy details on it. There's neon, there's mossy details. And there's the before, and there's the after. So if you've got if you have a better exposed photo, that green's really gonna just come right at you. But that's the whole point of these things. They're supposed to like get you started. This one's a little insane. This is called Green Dream. And this one is meant like, you know, if they really affect the shadows, I put the words deep on there, and you'll notice like the deep cool, deep warm, deep warm. It really gets in there, and it just really affects the shadows a lot. So I tried to be really cognizant so that would help you guys as you did it. Here's another one. I think this is Neon Leaf. Yep, look at that. Boom. Kaboom. But don't start there. Just go through. Look how neat that looks. I think Voyeur is like my favorite. I just love the way Voyeur looks. You know, as a photographer, you really build on a look, and then you just get comfortable with it. But comfortable doesn't always mean a bad thing. Sometimes it just means that's where you're working. And in case you're wondering where you can get these, you can get them right now over here at benjaminlehman.com/presets. And it's only $20 for 30. And you get a zip file. Go like that. Sorry, I'm working some big jobs today, so I can't afford to turn my phone off in case like a couple big things coming in. But you can see it's only $20. Add that sucker to cart. You download it. You get a zip file, and when you get the zip file can then be installed by going to, I think it's import develop profiles and presets. So you don't even unzip the zip file, you just import the zip file, and it'll show up here under BLP Essentials 1. All 30 of the most amazing things you could ever get, guys. Well, I just want to say thank you so much for hanging out with me. We've been doing this for almost exactly an hour. Our time is up. We've got some really cool things coming. The channel should be changing dramatically here. We have a new direction. Everything is amazing. So, with that, I will talk to everybody later. Have an absolutely amazing fall, autumn. Here we are in the last, we're in the back half of October. So if you were someplace where the leaves are changing colors, get out there and explore. Go see the world. Take some photos. And I will talk to all y'all later. Take care and peace out.